Welcome to Rebuilding Manchester United, and in yesterday's episode 1 we've done all the usual, meeting the players and developing our tactic. Some players were bought, some players were sold. Today the business starts as we get our first league game of the season done and dusted against Chelsea. Welcome to the video, folks. Let's get into it. We'll start off with the transfers in case you did miss yesterday's episode. And this is last season's transfers. But basically from Pavel Krasik down to Simone Cesarano, these players went out on loan. I've highlighted Diego Sosa, who's gone to Monterrey on loan. And it says here 4.2 million. I don't believe there's no option in his contract or anything like that. I don't know where that 4.2 million has come from, to be quite honest. But what also has intrigued me is this guy here, George Colombo. We bought him from Flamengo for 18.25 million, rising to 23.5 million. And the fact is that Flamengo piqued my interest. I've had a little look at him. And we were at Flamengo in 2036. So he was already a player for us there during a brief time there. This was the season we were there, 2036. He played 41 times, 40 starts, 1 sub-appearance, scoring 1 goal. I believe I played him as a right-back instead of a centre-back. If there's anyone watching that can remember George Colombo from Flamengo, let me know. But I'm pretty certain I played him as a right-back. And I think it was pretty decent, actually. I mean, he got a 6.95, so he obviously wasn't bad at all. He didn't get any assists, which does trouble me from one of my wing-back roles. But anyway, getting back to transfers and moving on to what we've done so far. In terms of players out, we've sold a lot of players. £121 million came in. When we got here, we were like £55 million in debt with our bank balance. We had no transfer budget. We were overspent on our wage budget. When I look back on it now, from a financial perspective, we've done a really decent job. Javi Uriarte has gone to Tottenham for 15.25 million. Eric Immonts has gone to Al Ali for 35 million. Krum Halilov has gone to Al Ettifaq for 13.25 million. Jean Ngong has gone to Ajax for 20.5 million. Nahor Villalaba has gone to Atalanta for 20.5 million. Connor Hansen has also gone to Atalanta for 16.5 million, potentially raising to 20.5 million. Lloyd Bierman has gone to Coventry for £110,000, rising to 300,000. This guy here, I'm not going to try and say his name, has gone to Birmingham for £300,000, potentially rising to £425,000. And Brian Wood has gone to QPR on loan. The issue we've had is we only retain 30% of the transfer fees. So we've had very little of that money to spend. The money we have spent, this signing was already arranged before I got here. Jose Ramon Iglesias for £24.5 million from Real San Sebastian. He is a striker. He will probably feature for us quite heavily this season. He's also actually a very good leader. He's got 17 for leadership, so he could be a future captain, even though I don't think he's exactly young. Well, he's 27 years old, I suppose that's not too bad. Then we brought in Igor Stevanovic from Trabzonspor for 24 million, rising to 29 million. He is our new number 1 goalkeeper, and he looks very, very good as well. 3.5 star, current 3.5 star potential, has previously played for Newcastle. And yeah, like I say, he looks a pretty decent goalkeeper, 28 years old. Ayrton Shuker from Coventry for 4.7 million. I'm kind of regretting this a little bit now because he's not particularly good. He doesn't have a great deal of potential either, but he will primarily be a left back with like 1.5 stars. Can play centre back as well, so there's a bit of added versatility. We've basically he's 21 years old. We've basically brought him in to give us a little bit of backup in defence, really. If we have a look at the finances, we're currently £10.9 million in debt. We were briefly in credit. Our wage budget, we are currently underspent our wage budget, but potentially we could go a little bit over it. We do still have £17 million in the bank. But in terms of our squad, if we have a look at how many players we've got in our squad, there is 24 people in there. So there is still room to be able to bring some more players in. The problem is we're already overspent on our committed spending. So I don't want to go overspent on the wage budget, because if this season isn't successful, I don't want that to be in the red, because an unsuccessful season and that being in the red is likely to lead to the sack. If we have a look at dynamics quickly, the hierarchy, let's have a look at whether anybody loves me or anybody hates me. One player opposes me. This guy, he wants to move. That's the reason why. He's a mercenary as well. I think he's a defender. No, he's a right-sided winger. We have basically no wingers at this club. We are very weak from an attack perspective. So I'm keeping him around. He don't like the fact that I'm keeping him around. It's tough luck. He signed a contract with us. Other than that, nobody supports me, but at least only one person hates me. We can always turn that around, hopefully. Managerial support is average. Club atmosphere is good. Team cohesion is good as well. If we have a look at the schedule, we start today against Chelsea at home, and then we play Wolves away at the Molineux. If we have a look at the Premier League table and how these two teams finished last season, Chelsea finished 5th. They've got into the Champions League because of the extra coefficient spot. Wolves finished 14th. And as you can see, we finished 17th, just 6 points outside the relegation zone. We have to be around mid-table, top half of the table this season. If we have a look at the club vision, there's nothing up here. We did have a thing up here about a potential takeover, but that's gone now. They want us to finish mid-table in the Premier Division. Now, to me, mid-table is basically 9th, 10th, 11th. That's mid-table. So if we finish 11th, for me, that's still mid-table. But we'll see what the board feel like if that happens. If we have a look at the season preview, Chelsea expected to finish 4th. Wolves are expected to be around 15th, pretty much where they were last season. We are expected to finish 9th, according to the season preview. Right, I think that's pretty much all I need to bring you up to speed on in this sense. I'll just have a quick check if there's anybody out. Right, yeah, there's this guy here as well. Adriano Gomez from Palmeiras can play left, right, or as a striker. I am trying to bring him in. The problem I have is that's why we're overspent on the committed. He's going to cost us around 17.25 million. So I don't know if we're going to be able to have the budget for that, but we'll see. But it might not happen. That's the problem I have. But if he's going for a work permit at the moment, hopefully we get some news in him pretty soon, because we do need that extra option in attack. Right, let's go on with the first game of today's episode. It is at home against Chelsea in the Premier League. Let's see if we're any good or not. And this is our first team that we're going to go out into battle with. We do have a suspension to Remiguis van Dezel. Yep, he's suspended. He's not a first choice for us, so that's not a massive deal. And Breno Tubacao is injured. He's out for another potentially 6 weeks. He is their first choice left back. So Ayrton Shakur is in. The other option we have is Declan Harper. There's not really any difference between the two, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's what we're going with. So, Stevanovic in goal, Shakur left back, Urruti right back, Niang and Chalmers in the centre of defence, San Martin, Mainu and Fabio Ferreira in the midfield. The midfield, this central midfield is pretty much a strong point, plus this guy here. Osai and Felipe out wide with Zaravelis up top. I've just kind of looked because we've got 2 stars out on the left and 3 star or 2.5 stars on the right hand side. And we don't really, we've got Collart that could come in for Felipe, but is he really an upgrade? Let's go with him. Collart's going to be on the right hand side. Right, let's get into the game. I am expecting to get beaten by Chelsea. I won't be dishonest about that. But you never know. First game of the season, you can always get some funny old results turn up on the first game of the season. Here we go. Oh, I'm a bit nervous about this, I don't mind admitting. Right, what we do want to do is sort this out as well. We like to have the table on here, even though everybody else has already played, by the way. Notable events, do we usually have that? I think we do. Latest scores, yeah, that'll do. We'll keep it as it is. And yeah, we're going with our usual 4-3-3 formation that we've gone with for pretty much most of this Unemployed Journeyman series. Obviously, Cape Town City, we went with a 4-2-4 because the 4-3-3 just did not work in South Africa. It just really didn't. But it's been not a bad start for us. We've been the better team going by the stats, but it's Chelsea that have the first highlight. They're on the left-hand side. Get the cross into the box, and that's the goal. Fadel Diop with the goal, and we are 1-0 down in the 23rd minute. Not an ideal start. And I think that's their first shot on target as well. Yeah, it is. Look at it. Disgusting. We've had 3 shots. Oh, but we haven't had any on target. We've had 4 shots now, but none on target. Right, here we go. This is our moment. We have a throw-in on the right-hand side. Fabio Vieira to San Martin to Schuka. Oh, it was a block shot there. At least we've had a highlight. That's a little bit of encouragement, I suppose. I'm just really hoping we're not as bad as what last season's finish would have you believe, because their form at the end of last season was absolutely terrible. It really was. Right, here's Shakur on the left-hand side. He's seen more of the ball than anyone from the highlights we've seen. Offside with the ball into the box. Oh, what a goal from Ferreira. Fabio Vieira. I'm going to say Fabio Vieira on many occasions. Fabio Ferreira, he is probably our best player, especially from an attacking sense. And he's got us our first goal of the season in the 41st minute. We go in 1-1 at half-time against Chelsea. I mean, if you're going to get drawn against any team as your first game of the season and you're new at a club, it might as well be a tough team. Give you a good working out, give you a good idea of where you might stand in terms of the ability of your players. And we've just passed the hour mark. It's getting towards substitute clock. I mean, looking at this, possession has been pretty much even. We've had a better XG, more shots on target, more shots on goal. The average rating is slightly in their favour, but not by much. So I certainly don't think we've been absolutely outplayed. Right, Chalmers can come off and Crossan can come on. I mean, you don't look... I think he's one of our youngsters. Yeah, 20 years old. He's got 5-star potential. I do want to give him some time, actually. So we'll bring him on. And then I think Osai can come off. And this is telling me to bring on Esteban. Well, actually, to be fair, he does look... I'm still not familiar with these players. He prefers to be a wing back and maybe even a centre back more than he prefers to play in this role. But we will find out about these players as the season goes on as to whether they're any good in these roles. If Esteban can get a goal or an assist for us, then there's every chance he starts the next game against Wolves. Right, let's have a look at the substitutes again, because there's not much happening by way of highlights. I think Collard can come off and Felipe can come on. And I mean, I don't really want to make many changes there. I think Iglesias can come on for Zaravelis. That'll be our third and fourth changes of the game, or substitutions of the game. Right, Chelsea have the ball now as part of this highlight. They go back to their goalkeeper. Seems very slow the way they're playing the ball around. We've intercepted it through Aruti. Iglesias. Here's Felipe. Felipe. Oh, it's saved. Esteban with the goal. Oh, yeah. I did say if he gets a goal or assist, he could start against Wolves. I'm going to have to be a man of my word. If that goal is what wins us this game, I have got to be a man of my word. Right, let's have a look at the substitutions. We've got one more we can make. Who's really tired? I mean, he is, but I don't really want to... The problem we have as well, we don't really have a left-sided option on our bench either. It's going to mean playing someone like Colombo out of position. But Sam Martin can come off and Eddie Bathers can come on. I think he's another one of our youngsters as well. Yeah, 19 years old, 3.5 to 4.5 star potential. He does prefer to play like an advanced playmaker, Mazzala type role, but we'll bring him in for this at the moment. Who else do we have on the bench? This guy here, who's not really a... Yeah, he's the only... Bathers is only... the only real defensive option we have. We don't have a particularly versatile and deep squad. We could do with having more wage budget and transfer budget available so we could really invest in this squad. But, oh, they've won the ball back from us. Come on, boys. Someone get a tackle in. Schuka didn't really clear it and they've equalised. The referee's got his hand in the air. Come on, referee. You know you want to disallow it. You've not disallowed any of the previous 3 goals. You've got to disallow one in the game, surely. And he has. What a legend this man is. I think this is Anthony Madeley, or Bobby Madeley, whatever his name is. We are very close to picking up a win. 4 minutes to be added on. I was not expecting to win this game. We have a highlight. It's a free kick to us. Felipe has it. Gives it to Eddie Bathers. Kobe Maino. Oh, he's hit the woodwork. Iglesias picks up the loose ball. Gives it to Ferreira. Ferreira keeps the ball somehow. Bathers towards Ferreira. Couldn't quite get it to him, but Bathers gets it back again. Here's Aruti. Can he get the ball into the box? We like to get the crosses into the box. We need to be getting them crosses in. You know, that's how I like it done. Well, they probably don't know yet because they just arrived. Aruti now with the throw-in. I mean, we're over the 4 minutes. Come on, ref, blow your whistle, surely. We are on the verge of a really, really good victory. Ferreira with the ball in, the keeper catches it, and that is it. The game is over, and we have beaten Chelsea by 2-1, coming from behind as well. Special mentions to Fabio Ferreira and Esteban. What an impact he made from the subs bench as well. Right, that is a very good start to the season, beating Chelsea at home. Now we have to go away from home against Wolves, who I believe they lost their first game of the season, judging by the fact they're in 19th. If we have a quick look at Wolves and have a look at their schedule. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they did play Liverpool. So, and that was at Anfield. So, yeah, let's go over to the next game against Wolves at the Molineux. Well, this is the email I've been dreading. They want to know if we want to delay the transfers. We don't have enough funds. We do have an option down here to adjust the budget. I'm assuming that means we can. The club's transfer budget can be increased to 18.25 to facilitate this transfer. This will result in the wage budget being decreased from that to that. We're going to be overspent on the budget, but let's adjust the budget. We've accepted it. And let's see where that puts our wage budget. Because I've got a feeling we're now going to be well over our wage budget. So that is not great news. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, we're 60,000 over the wage budget. Okay, right. Well, the good news is we have a new signing, Adriano Gomez, 4-star, 4.5-star. Pleased to sign a player of his calibre and importance, hoping he can score a few goals and turn out to be a successful signing. I'll be honest with you, Theo Kashket, our director of football, I'm hoping he scores more than a few. Right, now we will go to the Molineux. Operation Resolve the Wage Budget situation is fully underway. We sold a rubbish goalkeeper, Andreas Dittmar. He was originally in our first team squad, but as you see, he's not very good. He's gone to Excelsior, I think it is, Excelsior, for £1.9 million. We received a tiny amount of that, but I then moved, I think it was something like 400,000 we received. So I moved that over into the wage budget. On top of that, I've then got into my under 21s and had a look at players that we might be able to sell. And we've had offers come in for this guy. We did go to his agent. His agent's found us a few offers. Unfortunately, as you can tell, they're all optional future fees. And I hate those because they never seem to take up the optional fees. But they are prepared to pay 90 and 80% of his wages. So that will get, if he goes to Estoril Prior, which seems to be his preferred option, then that will take £17,000 off of our wages, because his wage at the moment is 21.5 thousand. It's ridiculous. And as the finances stand at the moment, we are currently £25,000 over the wage budget. If that guy does go to Estoril as a minimum, that would be another 17,000, so it'd be only £8,000 that we get in there. Other players I've offered out via the transfer room to are, who are they? This guy here, Javier Palacio. He's 18 years old, 1-star currently, but with 2 to 3-star potential, which probably means only 2-star. He's got a transfer value of 3.9 million. No one seems interested in him, but I've offered him out anyway. Andreas Irvin, who, to be fair, we might actually need him, but he's 18 years old, 1.5-star current with 1.5 to 2.5-star potential. He's got a transfer value of 5.4 million. And then obviously Alex Mogg is another one as well. Basically, they're players that I don't think I'm really going to be using. And if we can get a bit of money for them, then that would be absolutely wonderful. Right, let's get into things, because we do have a game against Wolves to get underway. We've got fitness test players have passed. I mean, there you go. Chelsea are beating Arsenal 2-0. Arsenal are the defending champions of the Premier League. So that is making our win on the first game of the season look even better than originally it was. Right, no changes to the team. We've still got Van Dessel out suspended and Tubacao out injured, so we go with the same starting 11. Actually, no, we're not going to go with the same starting 11 because Adriano Gomez is here. So who am I going to bring him in for? I think it will probably be Esteban. I think will probably be the... Oh, no, actually, we need to play Esteban, don't we? Just remembered. Right, we're going to give him a start, actually, because he's done the business. And Adriano Gomez can come in up top. gives us that bit of quality up top. He can also play on the left and right side as well. So really good options. He's been given the number 10 jersey. So I've got big hopes for Gomez. I'm really hoping he does turn out to be a really good purchase for us. If he can turn out to be anywhere near what Kamalo was at Cape Town City, then I'll be delighted with that. But here we go. First half underway. We have a free kick. We are away from home, remember. The ball's into the box. It's ricocheted about. There's been some ricochet in there. We couldn't get the ball in the back of the net, though. But we're back out wide on the right with Aruti. Can he get the ball in? He can. Esteban's gone down. It is going to be a penalty. I don't know who is on my penalty kick-taking list. Let's have a look. Fabio Ferreira is on that list. I was hoping Gomez was going to be on there, but in fact, he's rubbish. Ferreira's not great, to be fair. He's only a 12 rating, but he is there. We will leave it as it is. I'm not going to touch anything. But that Esteban lad, I'll tell you what, he came off the bench and got a goal for us in the previous game. He has won us a penalty in this game, early doors, only the 3rd minute of the game. Fabio Ferreira steps up for his 2nd goal of the season. Can he make it 1-0? Yes, he can. And Fabio Ferreira, with his 2nd of the season, gives us the lead against Wolves. This could be a very good start to the season. Wolves, I kind of think we probably should be beating, judging on where they finished last season. Although if you're going to base it on that, then given where we finished last season, probably not. But right, they have a corner on the left-hand side. It's going to be an outswinger. Pulls to the edge of the box. Well chased down by Sam Martin, but they still have the ball. There's a massive gap there. What are we doing? I mean, we pretty much gave him the freedom of the Midlands there by giving him that much space. He probably could have taken it forward a little bit further and got a better shot away at goal, but thankfully he didn't. Well, here's Esteban to Mainu, to Niang. He goes back to the goalkeeper, Stevanovic. He gives it to Greg Chalmers. Kolar over on the right-hand side goes back to Chalmers, to Sam Martin, Shakur to Esteban. We're popping it around quite nicely, I have to say. But then we go and give the ball away, and now Wolves can launch a counter-attack. They get the ball into the box. I'm not sure what's happened. Oh, it's offside. Okay. I thought we'd given away a penalty, and I'm like, why are you giving a penalty when the guys just put the ball in the back of the net? That makes no sense whatsoever. But turns out it was offside. So very well done, referee, and your assistant. We have definitely been the better team as well. They've not even had a shot on target yet. Here's Shakur with a throw-in on the left-hand side. Mainu. Shakur puts the ball in the box. Their keeper comes out and claims it very nicely. Good command of the area there for him. It goes for a long punt upfield. Aruti picks up the loose ball, gives it to Ferreira, goes back to Stevanovic, who then gives it to Chalmers. Sam Martin, our anchor in the midfield, gives it to Ferreira. What can Chalmers do with it now? Finds Aruti out on this right-hand side. Almost gave the ball away. Ken Collard picks up. What a ball to Gomez. And Gomez with a beautiful finish. Chips it over the goalkeeper. It's his 1st goal for us. He scored on his debut, paying back some of that £17.5 million we spent on him. Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful man he is. I don't actually know how old Gomez is actually. Is it 23 years old? So a good age as well. Could be here for many, many years. Could be the spearhead of this rebuild. And so far, I've got to say, our new signings, they're all, touch wood, doing okay at the moment. Stevanovic has been solid in goal. Even Shakur on the left is doing a job while we're waiting for our first choice to come back from injury. We've given the ball away there, which is pretty poor. They've got plenty of players up in attack. Oh, and that's poor defending. That's really poor defending. It's 2-1. They get a goal back on 55 minutes. Maybe I was getting a little bit carried away with myself there. They've got a free kick now. It is all Wolves. The tide has turned on us. Oof. I mean, direct free kicks don't usually go in on Football Manager, but that was very close. It was a save by the goalkeeper as well, I'm assuming, because they've got a corner. It's another outswinger. Boys, you need to get the ball back because this is looking very dangerous at the moment, and I'm starting to get worried. I might have to make some substitutions because basically since they got their equaliser, or not their equaliser, but their goal back in the 55th minute, it has been one-way traffic. Right, let's have a look. Esteban's not really doing the job this time round. So we'll bring Philippe. Oh no, we're not bringing Philippe. What was it telling me to bring him on for him? Have we not got anyone on the bench that can come on for him? Oh, I haven't. Oh no. Okay, that's a problem. We don't. The only other thing we can do is put Gomez out there, which I don't really want to do because he's been very good for us. We just go with Felipe. He's going to have to learn how to play on the left-hand side, I'm afraid. Right, that's a mental note for me. In future, I need to make sure I've got Osai on the bench because we have Enrique and Saravalles that can all play on the right-hand side along with Collart. But we don't really have anyone that can play on the left, so that is a bit of a problem. Urruti, I kind of want to bring off because he's on a yellow card. And Colombo can come on for him. First time we've used Colombo since I've been at Manchester United. I mean, it is only the second game. But right, Gomez is going to take the corner. An in-swinger from the left-hand side. Ball goes into the box. Chalmers gives it back to Gomez. To Chalmers. Collart! What a goal from Kian Collart! I think I called him Ken Collart before. It's Kian Collart. I do apologise. It's probably why he don't like me. I can't say his name properly. But it's restored a 2-goal lead over them. We're now 3-1 up. But they do have a corner for an immediate response. And I think they've hit the crossbar there. Fabio Ferreira tries clearing the ball, but it's just gone back to Wolves again. Colombo needs to defend this. And he does, to be fair to him. It's gone out for a throw-in. That should be the end of the highlight. And it is. What a game this is turning out to be. Right. Gomez with another corner from this left-hand side. Can he find someone's head? Well, he did. It was a Wolves player, though. Collart again goes for goal. Thought he was going to get a repeat of what happened less than 10 minutes ago in-game, of course. Ferreira, Gomez and Collart with the goals in this game so far. Let's have a look at any substitutions we might make. Felipe struggling to meet the pace of the match. I mean, I'm not surprised he's playing in a very unfamiliar position. Right, what's Enrique like, star rating-wise? He's 2.5 stars, whereas this guy here, Eldin Bujubazit, I think we'll go with Enrique. And Eddie Bavers can come on for San Martin, I believe, as we do a double change in midfield. 10 minutes to go. If we can keep hold of this and win this game, that will be an excellent start to the season. George Colombo has picked up a slight injury by the looks of it. Hopefully it's not going to keep him out for too long. Collart with the ball, but it's just given away now to Wolves. They can launch a counter-attack. They found Martinez, Anderson, and that is a real waste of a chance for Wolves. That really should have been a goal. 6 minutes of time to be added on. And that is all there is. It is full time. A 3-1 win away from home against Wolves. A very good result. I thought that was our goalkeeper got a red then. I was like, how? And I'll tell you what, I am very happy with that as a start to the season. I've got to admit, 2 games played, 2 wins. We're top of the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to win the league in their first season with a not particularly great squad. And yeah, there you go. Let's have a look. There's no news of Colombo. Oh, there you go. Colombo's injury, 2 weeks he's going to be out for. We go top of the Premier League. Gomez scores on his debut. Kian Collart with a goal and an assist can get given his applause for that. And what we'll do is in tomorrow's episode, we've got a few games to play off. We've got Arsenal next. I mean, and it's away from home. Then we've got Crewe in the Carabao Cups second round, which I'll probably give an opportunity to some of their youngsters for this game because Crewe are bottom at the moment of League One. Then we got Burnley. So I think what we'll probably do is we'll probably come back for something like Aston Villa and Brighton, the final 2 games before the mammoth month-long international break. I was going to do Brighton and Middlesbrough, but I think we'll do Brighton and Aston Villa in tomorrow's episode. That will be how we end the week. And yeah, I'm very happy with our first 2 games of the season. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.